Hi all, and it's Skip from Skip's Messy Workbench, and I just want to do a brief update on the Back to the Future DeLoreans that I'm working on. If you watched my last video, I think it was the last video, about trying to find a stainless steel color that I was happy with, I learned some things since then. If you remember, and if you haven't seen it, please go back and watch that video. I'm going to try. I've never used a card in YouTube. I'll try to put a link someplace, you know, up in here. If not, there'll definitely be a link in the description box for that video. But anyway, I was showing you the test spoons, and I'm going to hope that this does show on camera. But I was showing some test spoons, and you notice how it looks like it's like there's little dimples, like there's little puck marks on it. Even though when you touch the spoon, it's smooth, but there's puck marks on it. Now, I had done some research just on my own on this, and also I watched some other YouTube videos about it, and they say when you're doing acrylics and you spray too fast, and I was spraying very fast, that could happen. Well, I did the first body with the mix that I was found that with that color. That color is the color I really wanted. Now I masks off the front and the back because they get a different color gray. But as you can see, I think, yes, as you could see here on the roof, I've got those puck marks, and also then on the hood I had them, and I tried to wet sand this with some 3000 grit, just thinking, okay, maybe I can get rid of them, but I should have known better. I only had one coat of paint on, and with the acrylics and water-based, I mean, of course it's going to start going down through the primer. I didn't care because I have to strip this car anyway. So I sent a message to Vallejo because I didn't understand this. And the reason I did that was, let me back up just a little bit, because I had sent a message to them once before about, you know, it would be nice if you had a color in your metal colors line, and that metal colors line is, and this is the line I'm talking about here, the metal colors line, that they would have one with stainless steel, or to look like a version of stainless steel. And they sent back, and I told them what I was doing. I told them I was doing a Back to the Future DeLorean. They told me that you know, a lot of their people that use on it a I want to get the right color here. And anyway, they used a matte aluminum for theirs, and I don't know why I don't have that out here right now. I have every paint in the world here on my bench except that one. But anyway, they were recommending that I use a matte aluminum. I had tried matte aluminum. I wasn't crazy about it, but I did it anyway. So here is the DeLorean car body with matte aluminum, and it's not that bad actually. It's when you look at some of the pictures of DeLoreans, they kind of look like that. So I'm going to go with this matte aluminum look for this, and that's what I'm going to do. Now, back to this body and why that did what it did. What I had done, if you looked at my previous video, was that I had used some of the metal color pale burnt metal, and that's 77.704. I used this, and then I added to it in a ratio of of 10 to 2, or 1 to 10 really. I added some Model Air 71-135, which is their chrome yellow, and I added some of their Model Air 71-043 olive drab. That's what got me this shade of what I think looks like stainless steel to me. So I sent them the message saying, hey, I did this and I mixed these colors. I said, but there's something going on, because the metal colors themselves, I mean, they're wonderful. They lay down nice. I think they look good. All right, the metal colors by themselves. I was thinking all along that there might be some sort of chemical reaction going on between the Model Air paint and the metal color paints, and Vallejo themselves have confirmed that. And I put a copy of the email message that I got from them in the description if you're interested in reading what they said from, you know, right from my email. So I put it in the description box if you want to read it. But they're saying to me that this is due to the chemical differences in the two formulas of the metal color and the Model Air, which makes sense to me. It does make sense. I'm not a chemist, believe me, I'm not. But it makes sense. And they told me, and like I said, again, you could read the email, but they told me that if you mix it in the cup, which I did, and you use it like in less than a minute, this will probably not happen because the chemical reaction didn't take place yet. And that makes sense, because if you look at the sides, which I did first, it doesn't have any of those puck marks on it. So the sides don't have any of it on it. And then I did the tops afterwards, and that's when that started going. So I guess what was happening was the chemical reaction was starting to occur while I'm spraying the sides. By the time I got to the top, the chemical reaction occurred and I started getting puck marks. So, I mean, I could probably do small batches and do a little bit at a time and not have this happen. However, I'm a little concerned about over time. Now, I did this about 3 or 4 days ago, and the sides still don't look too bad, but what's going to happen down the road? And actually, I can see a little bit along here. I know that it's probably impossible to see on camera, but I can see a little bit of it occurring on there. So anyway, it's a chemical reaction. So if you ever wanted to mix the Model Air, or I'm sorry, the metal color with the Model Air from Vallejo, don't do it because they chemically react with each other. Individually, they are wonderful paints. I absolutely love them. So anyway, I'll be going with the matte aluminum for the body of the DeLorean. The next thing is I got the chassis of the other car done. If you remember from previous videos, I have now both of the chassis done as far as painting. All I got to do is paint the wheels yet for the Back to the Future 3, and I'm going to be using the white wall with the red and the chrome. I stripped these off. I stripped the chrome off of these because I was afraid that the white that I used for the white wall and the red would not look good on top of their chrome. And the chrome on these were really, really on there. Believe me. I used something odd to strip my chrome. I use this, I use Detol to strip my chrome. It's a liquid first aid antiseptic. I learned this from, I forget who it was online, maybe a year and a half or so ago when I was looking for how to strip chrome. And he recommended this, and it does work as long as you're not in a hurry. It takes depending on the chrome, it takes a good 24, maybe 48 hours to get it stripped. But it does, it comes right off, just as if you were using whatever other things you use. And anyway, this chrome was on so good, it took 72 hours to get it all off. So, but that's okay, I wasn't in a hurry. It was a good chrome job on the part of the manufacture of this kit. So I've got that. So I've got this done. I'm ready. I've got that ready, and I did a whole bunch of the small little parts like these. That's a clock. You can't hardly see this because it's black on black, but it's the steering columns. And then I started doing a little bit of detailing on the dashboard on this one, and then there's actually a two-piece dashboard. I started doing a little bit on this one, and just some detailing. There's a lot of detail painting on this, and it's really kind of like getting to me. I also got the two interior tubs built out and painted. I went with the gray interior, even though some of the cars I saw had a darker gray, almost a black. But like I had said once before, there are several, or were several different DeLoreans used. So I went with this gray color. I thought it went better with the silvers. So anyway, that's this part of it is built. There's a lot of stuff that gets added to this yet, but it's on my paint sticks. Okay, other than that, that's where I'm at. I am hoping to be done with this thing maybe in another 2 weeks. I don't work every day in the shop, like I had said, and it's been a busy couple of weeks. So anyway, that's it for this video, and I guess with that, hey, give me that good old thumbs up, whether you liked it or not. All right, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. I want to thank you all for watching, and if you like what you saw, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, you can give it a thumbs down, but you know, I would prefer a thumbs up. And do me a favor, if you really liked it, smack that subscribe button. And if you want to be notified when I release new videos, give that bell a ring and set it to all. I don't release a lot of videos, so I won't be bugging you that much. Anyway, thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video.